Hindi na.
Ayan, oh. Dito lang tayo, pero may kita. Oh. Oh. Kasi ikot kita.
Kaya maglakad na mag-isa. Siyempre, ihatid yun naman. Yun na lang kayong tatlo. Talaga ito. Kainin nga lang itong mga nandito o.
Iwan nyo lang si Aray. Yan. Kayo lang dito, hindi ikaw. Wala na sa problema. Sige. Bye-bye.
Let's go. Ito, oh. Let's say, hindi ko maalala. Sila lang naman kanina. Hinahawak ata natin kanina kay Ma'am Cheryl yung parang Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our session for tonight. It's March 31, end of March. And hopefully you're already finished all your obligations during the end of the school year rites. Tapos na po ba ang ating mga end of the school year rites kaninang hapon? So alam ko, you've been very busy. Okay? Very busy po sa pag-asikaso ng inyong mga bisita, mga preparations and all of that. No? And you need a break this holiday. Along with your holiday breaks, of course, is to include still your personal needs as you go along with the forthcoming national assessment for students. So I guess we're now ready. Yes, good evening po. We will start our Giao team. Okay. Okay, blue is now dominating. Apple tayo. Team Raccoon has captured 25% of the board. Wow, red now. Malaki ang red. Last 3 minutes. Okay, for the round, winner, Team Raccoon will have the second round. Last 2 minutes. Last 1 minute. And the winner for the next round is Blue Team, Team Raccoon. Got two trophies on the Team Monster Group. Congratulations to the Team Raccoon. You're the winner for this round. Once again, congratulations. Okay, our next part of our review is to share to you the result of yesterday's session. Kudos to all of you. And let's find out the score kagabi. No, sa mga nag-exam ko kagabi. Ito ba siya? Ayan. Can you see the screen now? Yes. Okay. Should I enlarge it? We have 100% top scorer from Region 9. Ma'am May Ann Dorothy Torres of Guntola National High School, Zamboanga, Sibugay, 100. Then followed by Bob, 96.67. We have three. Bob of Region 12, Leo of Region 2, Ireneo Bataga of Pasig City Region 6. Then 93.33 scorers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ma'am Ana Ruby Escala of Negros Island Region. Angelo of Cagayan Region 2. Ma'am Janet Madayag, 93.33 of Region 12 Sultan Kudarat. Then Ma'am Mary Ann Bermas of Las Piñas City NCR. Congratulations. And Ma'am Lubel Casera of another from Pasig City Region 6, 93.33. Another warmest congratulations to our line of 9 scorers. We have 90%. From Capiz Region 6, Zand. Then from Eastern Samar Region 8, Sir Dandy. Another 90% is LJ of Tarlac Region 3. 90 is Ma'am Arlene Columna of Lalot High School, Cagayan Region 2. Then we have Ma'am May Ann Dorothy Torres of Region 9, Ma'am LV of Leyte, Region 8, 90, Ma'am Bernadette of Caloocan, NCR, 90, Ma'am Mona Lisa of Region 8, 86.67. Another 86.67 is from Isabela, Region 2M. Then Marvelous of La Union, Region 1, 86.67. We also have 86.67 Diol of Bukidnon, Region 10. 86.67 is Ruth of Pangasinan, Region 1. 86.67 Ma'am Gemma of Occidental Mindoro, Mimaropa. Ma'am Eloisa of Cotabato, Region 12. Sir Leo Santiago of Quirino, Region 2, 86.67. Another 86.67 is Ma'am Melania Kabatan Car. Then Ma'am Esther Mahinay of Cadiz City, Negros Island Region. Another 86.67 is yours of Caloocan, NCR. Ma'am Karina of Cotabato Region 12, 83.33. Another 83.33 is Dahlia of Danao City Region 7. 83.33, Ma'am Razlin Rimando of Isabela City, Region 9. Another 83.33 is NS Nagit of Nueva Vizcaya, Region 2. 83.33, Bob of South Cotabato, Region 12. 83.33, Riza Mendoza of Cagayan, Region 2. 83.33, we have NAH of Ilocos Sur, Region 1. 83.33 are Roscoe of Laguna, Region 4A. Ma'am Roslyn Bendia of Zamboanga del Sur. Ma'am Rosalie Basco of Dinoog City, Region 10. 83.33, Ma'am Emily of the City of Ilagan, Region 2. Then Ma'am Olympia Manzano, 80% of Isabela, Region 2. Then Leomer Credo of Northern Samar, Region 8. Another 80 is Ma'am Lilibet Reyes of Nueva Ecija, Region 3. Another 80 is Chel M of Caraga. 80 is, we have a code of AAA. Another 80 is Palum of Tanhay, Negros Island Region. Another 80 is Ma'am Jane Madayag of Sultan Kudarat. Another 80 is CS of Cagayan, Region 2. Then we have Ma'am Rosana Talisa from Leyte, 76.67, still passing. 76.67, Jean of Region 5. Another 76.67 is David Deado of Capiz, Region 6. LJ of Samar, Region 8. Ma'am Arceli of Region 12. IN of Region 5. Joel Francisco of NCR. Regina Pablo of Region 2. 73.33 Set of Ifugao Car. 73.33 Irineo Bataga of Pasig City, Region 6. 73.33 Cadiz City, Negros Island Region. Then Ervin Tendido of Northern Samar Region 8. Another 70 is Marilyn of Calabarzon. 70 Ramon of NCR. 66.67, still passing. Ma'am Miriam Compassion of Bohol. Sir Ford Cortez of Region 2. Jenny Baldadoza of Region 3. Okay, so thank you very much. And once again, congratulations from Maestro's TV Review Center. Okay, uh, we'll proceed to our session for tonight. Save now. March 31. Save. Okay, we'll have a refresher course on the main four on the strand leading organizations within the school system. For those who are with me for various times, a long time ago, started in 2025, and here we go again. We're still revisiting the various domains and duplicated na itong mga topics nito. No? We're just making you fine review, of course, and fixing your skills on these various topics. Okay? On this session, we'll have to run through once again how the organizations in the your own respective schools are being implemented and how to lead all of these organizations, considering that school heads should always be acquainted and abreast with all the various issues, especially on the implementing rules and regulations, okay, bylaws, no pa, legal orders concerning the DepEd mandated organizations and all other institutions who should you be leading these various organizations so that they will run smoothly and of course committed to in the furtherance of the vision, mission, and goals of your school, of course, to the Department of Education. Okay, how do we lead the School Governance Council, no? Or the SGC? So we had been a lot of explanations and conference to this SGC, the School Governance Council, and this is under the Deputy Order number 026 series of 2022 on the implementing guidelines on the establishment of School Governance Council. This issue is, of course, in pursuant to RA 9155 on the Governance of Basic Education Act, which provides the school governance should include involvement of all the stakeholders, whether they are internal or external stakeholders, composed of the parents, the learners, the teachers, and the community. And what it does, okay, of course, these are the core. Why there's established SG senior schools require every public elementary and secondary to establish a functioning should be functional SGC and define the membership of it, okay, of this, starting off with the PTA officers, the learner representative, the teacher groups, the administrative support, the alumni, and others. And what are its functions? Of course, to work for policy feedback, school improvement planning, and partnership with the local government units. The implementing rules, as mentioned, is on DO 26 of 2022. Okay, this composes the details of the composition of the members and officers, the roles, functions, and processes for establishing the school governance councils. SGC does not yet have a separate IRR beyond that the debit order. No? Wala pa siyang implementing rules and regulations. Next organization is on the Parent Teacher Associations or the PTA. This is under Debit Order number 013 of 2022, entitled the Omnibus Guidelines on the Regulations and Operations of Parent Teacher Associations. This is consists of the authority of DepEd to streamline and regulate the PTA operations across all public schools. And what it does first, it provides updated policies for PTA organization membership who are to be elected of officers and their tenures, meetings, terms of fund management, what are allowed and prohibited activities of the PTA, how they involve in dispute resolutions, and even in reporting. The implementing rules, of course, on DO 13 of 2022 serves as the implementation guidelines composed thereto the comprehensive covering organizational and operational rules. Please download and read all the implementing rules. No, the division regional office issue reiteration of this yearly to guide and of course to ensure compliance, such as the election of various organizations from federal, no. Then we have the Supreme Elementary Secondary Learner Government, or the CELG and SSLG. This is under Deped Order number 047 of 2014 on the Constitution and bylaws of the Supreme Pupil Government. So the old name for CELG is Supreme Pupil Government and SSLG is Supreme Student Government. The legal basis and mandate, Deped Order. This includes the institutionalization of the learner government SPG nationwide and later extended to the term as CELG or SSLG under the newer framework on learner government programs. Okay, what's the gist of this? Is to establish the structure, the powers, the objectives, the membership, the election procedures and duties of learner government organizations among elementary and secondary schools nationwide. It also standardizes the constitution and bylaws, the election codes, of course, and the roles. Kita nyo naman, no? So the calendar of activities says it all on their various calendar. They have a separate calendar, kaya nga nakikita natin, this might interrupt, no, the implementation of the trimester because student organizations have their own calendar. That's why as school heads, you also need to check because there are separate, no, offices in the education support services or in the school governance and operations that they should coincide as well with the CID or the curriculum implementation divisions. We're not telling that these are not good, no, because these are also mandated organizations among our studentry. However, they should also coincide or juxtapose with the implementation of the various curriculum implementations, not to hinder them. Kasi meron ng mga memorandum or memoranda that they should attend and conduct specific schedules, no? Kasi ang sinasabi nila, they have a calendar to follow, no? So let's be careful when we approve all of these activities that will not interfere the implementation of the trimester. Yan. Meron din silang mga schedule for meetings, no? Or they also have their schedules for a training. Kasi part ng Supreme ay yung leadership training nila. You should also check this. They also have their search, no? Mostly din, no, as much as we want to implement our mandates in the curriculum, however, there are other activities being offered as well by the SGOD. Gaya ng search for best PTA, search for best wins, search for best oral health, best SGC, best brigada. So lahat din sila, no, sa school head din kayong kawawa dahil you implement both the operations and on our major mandate, and that is the implementation of the curriculum. Wala din kayong magawa dahil of course kwan din kayo, no, nakaangkla din kayo sa implementation ng school governance and operations as well as yung curriculum implementation division. Siyempre, kayong nalilito na, sino ba talagang susundin namin, magturo ba kami, or unahin ba namin itong school in the garden, best school feeding program. Bakit kasi ang hilig natin sa search, search, search? Ang search ay panandalian lang, no? It will only last for about 3 months, then magkaroon na ng grading or assessment. After that, what will happen next, no? Walang implementation in its fullness, or hindi siya tuloy-tuloy or fixed kasi tapos na yung contest, nawala na naman yung mga coordinators, hindi na rin nabuo ulit yung program kasi hilig natin contest. Dapat this should be embedded, no, in the daily activities natin. Curriculum based din dapat sila, hindi yung skin deep, no, na yung room nyo na ginamit ninyo, papalitan nyo na naman susunod na contest. Bawa, reading, best reading room. Of course, naging reading room yung isang room na inayos ninyo. Pagkatapos ng reading search, papalitan nyo na naman yun ng best reading room, ng best PTA room, best WINS room, best SBM room. O, nasaan ngayon yung perpetuity ng mga projects na yan, no? Wala siyang pang lifetime commitment. Oh, tanggalin niyo na lahat kasi ang next na contest sa sunod na buwan ay best SGC. Tago niyo na muna yung mga feeding. Sus ko, ang nangyayari sa DepEd, no? Instead na ang focus lang natin kasi magturo. Hindi nyo na alam, may program si district supervisor, may program din si division, no? May program din ang region. Ayaw talaga ang kawawa. Ang sino pa dapat ang unahin sa mga ito? Sabi niyo siguro, ang daming reports. Tapos teachers, no? Sila din ang kawawa. Marami akong mga nirarans, no? Because I'm still indebted. But I know your kung anong pinagdadaanan yung mga school heads. Ramdam ko yun na hindi nyo na alam kung sino ba dapat ang kakontak nyo, sino dapat ang kausap. Kasi yung memo ng isa, may nag-coincide sa schedule ng isa, wala na kayong school calendar. Now, there is also additional guidance for SHS integration as provided in DO 11 of 2016, which supplements the DO 47. Meron ba yung CELG, SSG din ng senior high school integration? Yeah. They don't have any separate kapag integrated, no? Sino ba dapat ang maging president? Malaking gulo din to, no? In secondary schools with integration of senior high school with that of the junior high school. May tanong ko nga, per DO 11 of 2016, who should stand as SSG president? Is it from senior high school or from junior high school or separate? Sinong may case or situations like this? Per DO 11. May I have your response? Tumpak daw. Oo. Ay, ramdam ko yung mga hinaing din ninyo na dapat erase nyo din ang concern nito sa during your mancom or when you are given the chance to open up, no? Hindi dapat kayo yung kawawa. Program nila yan, dapat i-implement nila, hindi yung kayo talaga ang naging problema lahat sa mga ganyan. Dito po sa grupo po ng Google Meet, saan po manggagaling ang president, ang supreme student or the SSG? Sa junior high or sa senior high? Sinong mga nasa secondary? Yes. Open. Open yung office. Okay. Okay. So there's no delineation between the junior and senior high school when it comes to the office of SSG. Okay. That's clear. Thank you very much for that input from the group of secondary. Walang comments sa Facebook. Now, there is a recent supporting interim guidelines. That's interim guidelines on the learner government programs or the LGP. This is used for specific school years to guide election schedules and operational concerns. Now, for the teacher organizations in the school-based level, there are teacher organizations themselves that are not established by a single DepEd order, but many are referred to DepEd Order number 26 of 2022 as stakeholder representatives in the SGC. So, who will sit as officer in this SGC concerning teachers? Ano ba dapat ang specific role ni teacher sa School Governance Council? Mostly ay secretary ata, no? Not to be sit down as treasurer. Yan. Uh, the teacher recognitions should participate in the level of governance but they do not have a standalone DepEd order. Tama nga naman, no? There is no specific DepEd order institutionalizing the organization of teachers. Ba't kaya? Meron ng mga organization ng mga principals, mga school heads, supervisors, but none established DepEd order for organization of teachers. Yung district siguro, mga ganun, district association, or you have yung way back na organizations pa that is anchored in PPSTA, no? But not all teachers are kasi members of the PPSTA. And meron silang mga lower levels, no? Kung saan sila yung naniningil sa organizations fee ng PPSTA. Membership and role of teacher organizations are also governed by DO 26 of 2022, still on the SGC composition and functions lamang. What about the school administrative and support staff organizations? Do we have? Okay, similar to teacher organizations, this group are also included in the SGC membership under DO 26 of 2022, but are not established as a separate DepEd order for the associations of the non-teaching staff. Okay, there is also no IRR for the alumni associations. Wala din, no? Alumni associations is still as part of the optional stakeholders composition in DO 26 of 2022. Do we have IRR? Okay, wala pa rin. So, to sum up, yan. For SGC, we have DO 26. The legal basis is RA 9155. Then parent teacher is DO 13 of 2022. Learners government is DO 47. There is also an interim guidelines. Do we have questions here? Race, Sir Lorgen, you have question? For teacher organization, there's no separate debit order, but nakia-anchor siya sa SGC, even on support staff, alumni, and the national law governing all is, of course, the universal or the DepEd is under RA 9155 on the level of governance. This is the legal authority of opening, no, creating mandated organizations in the school level. Still on domain 4 highlights the role of school leaders to ensure that the instructional resources, learning support systems, and regulatory directives of the Department of Education are understood, implemented, monitored, and improved for high quality teaching and learning. First, how the school heads as a leader of the organization. First, there should be a strategic interpretation and dissemination of all the DepEd issuances. So you are ensured that all relevant debit policies, memoranda, orders, and circulars are understood and utilized within the school level. Okay? Is it for teachers? Is it for the learners? Is this issuance considering all the stakeholders, both internal and external? So alam niyong ilagay sa basket or sa perpetual index kung saan napapaloob itong mga issuances nito, no? You also need to have a systematically review of all these issuances that affects yan. Sabi ko, is it under curriculum? Is it under assessment? Is it under school operations or the learner's welfare? You also simplify complex policies into clear guidance so that the teachers, staff, and stakeholders would better understand. No? However, there is no further interpretation of any issuances because that issuances speaks itself. No? Baka nakapag-interpret tayo ng mas maling interpretation, so nag-create na kayo ng loss in translation. So we better have to simplify in common terms, most especially about parents, no, who are the recipients of various issuances regarding their concerns. Kailangan din na i-tagalize or i-contextualize lang, no, but not to interpret it in your own way of interpretation. Then you need to conduct briefings, orientations, and workshops to cascade the updates promptly, align stakeholders' understanding. No, how do the level of teachers understand? How SGCs, PTAs, and learners iba-iba kasi ang manner of communicating them, no, based on their registers. So with policy intent and requirements. Then establish a tracking system to monitor compliance and update status of all these DepEd issuances. Baka meron kayong hindi na-share, no? So the tracking system will guide you na nai-issue nyo ito, no? Because DepEd orders should be shared, implemented, because always at the end of the item in a debit order is widest dissemination of this order is enjoined. So if you are not able to share it in a widest array of information level, no, magkakaroon tayo ng aberya. So debit orders should be implemented in the entire, no, school, and it should be followed. Bawal hindi sundin, no, because that's an order That's a tall order from the DepEd Secretary and along with the undersecretaries and assistant secretaries. See, DepEd Memorandum and Advisory, okay, may or may not affect you. That's why they are not actually in mandatory, no? Maring hindi o maring sundin. Kasi kung hindi siya nakakapekto sa iyo at sa mga iba na grupo, you may not follow it, no? But you have to disseminate. Kasi the last portion of it is still widest dissemination of this memorandum is enjoined, no? Now on leading resource planning and development. Okay? You lead the identification, acquisition, and organization of learning and teaching resources. You need to conduct needs assessments for instructional materials. Okay? Collaborate with teachers. Support sourcing of supplementary learning resources, both print and digital, and you monitor fair and efficient distribution of instructional tools to classrooms. This is how you lead the organizations when it comes to provision of resource materials. Because happy teachers and happy learners enjoy most on the materials provided by the school. Okay? They will always say thank you to our Madam School Head or Mr. School Head for providing all our needs. So you need to have your asset management office or your property custodians. No? Kasi part naman sa ating MOOE ang mag-allot ng yearly supplemental or materials for the improvement of learning. Okay? Requisition is very important as well so that the school head will come to know what are your needed materials for your instruction. Then, of course, part of the leading the organization is coordination of school programs, plans with DepEd requirements. So you need to ensure the school improvement plans and yearly operational plans are reflected in standardized forms. Okay, how it is being standard. First, you review annual plans against your current DepEd frameworks, such as learning recovery plan, assessment calendars, ano itong WFP, work, and financial plans, and school improvement plans. Thank you, Ma'am Miriam. Now, you guide teachers in embedding the DepEd priorities into their lesson plans and classroom practices. The standard, no? It's a no-no for teachers, okay, not to face their teachers without any lesson plans or DLL and DLP. Facilitate alignment with the school programs, okay, the remedial instructions, SST, ALS, and the other official guidelines. Then track progress on implementation milestones and statutory compliance. Okay, how well your school performed, no, when it comes to learning outcomes within the school year. Okay, you have to revisit all your assessment dashboard. Okay, meron tayong assessment dashboard for PhilErie. We also have assessment dashboard for RMA, Rapid Mathematics Assessment, and of course on CRLA, meron na yan. So you need to look into how these are being input, in the dashboard or in the submission. Baka tanungin sa'yo ilan ang mga estudyante nyo na nasa mga levels of CRLA na. Kalimutan na natin. Okay, grade ready. Ano pa yung mga below-below natin na word? On capacity building and leadership, okay, how do we lead teachers? Let's strengthen the teacher's competence by using educational resources and interpreting the policies. We organize professional development sessions based on the needs and nuances. Okay, promote collaborative learning. We have to look into the professional learning community sessions, peer coaching, or the collaborative practice, no? Then encourage staff participation with attendance to trainings and seminars, provide coaching to improve instructional delivery using both print and in digital. And of course, last to lead the organization is we should have an in place MNE, okay, MNE and support systems. Why this is very valuable, no? Because you need to establish indicators for assessing the resource utilizations and policy compliance, monitoring the conduct of classroom visits and audit check for actual practice versus expectations, okay? Your classroom observation indicators and the non-classroom observations. Collect feedback from teachers and learners about the resource quality and relevance, the use of data for decision making, adjusting plans based on evidence, and report regularly to the division office on key compliance measures as they are needing for submission as always, no? Okay, ang dami pa nito. So this is just the very gist of the main four on leading organizations within the school. Okay? Do you have any questions? Questions you want to raise regarding domain 4? Or you're now ready to answer the challenge questions mock test for tonight. Okay? Just give me a minute or two to prepare your test items. That be okay to everyone? Yes? Set A. Okay, na-send na po ang ating exam for tonight. Thank you very much, Ma'am Rona. Yan. Ma'am Karina, thank you. Sa mga naghahanap po ng atin pong mock test 1, 2, 3, and mock test 4, 5, 6, 140 test items in SEBLOC and with timer. Okay, para may magamit kayo this holiday. You'll have a full time reviewing, just message and join the GC for updates. Po. And those who are still willing to have the full coverage of what I am discussing, no? This is a full-blown domains from domains 1 to 5. Nakokompleto na po ito. Meron tayong 600 page na PDF copy along with the mock test in it per domains, and also have the website where also you can download the various test item challenge, no? So marami tayong mga materials for you to maximize within still, no? You'll still have 60 days. 60 days na lang. So sorry for the title, 30 days na lang. No? I'm rushing you for marathon, no? You need to have a marathon sessions and fixing your skills, of course. So you now start the test. Good luck to everyone. Ito yung one of the latest, no? Issue once na ma-clarify ninyo yung ability nyo sa pagsagot nitong test item na to. Good luck to everyone. 30 minutes.
The strengthened senior high school curriculum is an enhanced and streamlined version of the current SHS program. It is designed to provide clearer learning pathways, align education with higher education and industry demands, and empower learners to make informed career choices. One of the most significant changes is the shift from 4 tracks to only 2 tracks: the academic track and the technical professional or Tech Pro track. In addition, traditional strands such as STEM, ABM, HUMSS, and GAS are no longer fixed. Instead, they are replaced by flexible clusters of electives, allowing learners to choose subjects based on their interests and career goals. Another major improvement is the reduction of core subjects, from 15 down to only 5. These are effective communication, general mathematics, general science life, and career skills pag-araling kasasayan at Lipunang Filipino. These core subjects are aligned with college-level general education courses, ensuring a smoother transition to higher education. Learners are also given greater flexibility through elective clusters, which include fields such as arts and humanities, business and entrepreneurship, STM, sports and wellness, ICT and industrial technologies, hospitality, agriculture, and more. Importantly, students are not limited to one cluster. They can explore and combine electives based on their personal interests. The curriculum also introduces a doorway option, allowing learners to take subjects from another track, further promoting interdisciplinary learning. Time allocation has also been improved to provide deeper learning experiences. Notably, work immersion has been significantly expanded to 320 up to 640 hours, ensuring that learners gain meaningful, real-world experience and stronger industry exposure. To support informed decision-making, schools will strengthen their career guidance programs through assessments, career counseling, and continuous support, placing the learner's choice at the center of the educational journey. In Region 02, the pilot implementation is actively carried out by 41 selected schools, composed of 35 public and 6 private institutions. These schools serve as frontrunners in testing the effectiveness of the strengthened curriculum, providing valuable insights that will guide its future nationwide rollout. Ultimately, this strengthened curriculum aims to address existing gaps and challenges, enhance teacher and school readiness, refine policies for nationwide implementation, and most importantly, to prepare learners for success in higher education, employment, entrepreneurship, and lifelong learning. As we move forward with the strengthened senior high school curriculum, we are not just changing structures. We are transforming futures. This initiative reflects our commitment to providing every learner with relevant, flexible, and high-quality education that responds to the demands of the modern world. Together, educators, learners, parents, and stakeholders, we play a vital role in making this vision a reality. The future of senior high school is here, and it is stronger, more flexible, and more learner-centered than ever before.
Okay, so I think we need to end now. Then tomorrow we'll be showing to you the results of today's assessment, and of course, even discuss further the result. Okay, nulit ko po, we can now end our session. However, those who are still conducting their mock tests will continue to submit your mock tests until to the last item. Would that be okay to everyone? Sa mga nag-exam pa po, maaari nyo na pong ituloy.
Yes, Doc. Thank you po.
We'll end
Thank you
our
po.
discussion. And tomorrow,
Thank you, Doc.
ilalabas natin yung result along with the discussions on this matter. Please also read yung debit issuance on this test item. Okay? Once again, good evening everyone and good luck. Always remember to pray and pray, study, study, study. And of course, review. These are
Yes
all
po, Doc. Salamat po.
for better results. Okay. Once again, bye-bye po.